The UK government has just announced a new route in which you can migrate to the UK this coming 2023. If you watched my previous video, remember I mentioned that you have to be intentional and you have to be ready for 2023 because a lot of doors will be opened for people to come to the UK. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fadura. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in my beautiful family. Compliment of the season. I hope you're preparing for Christmas. If you're coming across my channel for the very first time, on this channel I create content on how you can migrate to the UK immigration updates, jobs with visa sponsorship to the UK, scholarships in the UK, like anything you can think of, any easy way you can use in relocating to the UK. I bring all the options to you on this channel. If you're someone who is interested in that, or you've been thinking of migrating to the UK, this is the best place for you to be. Hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're going to be the very first person to see that video. So guys, let's quickly dive right into today's video. As promised, that each time I get any new updates from the UK government or immigration, I will definitely come to share with you, or maybe just with visa sponsorship, I will definitely come to share with you. And like I said, December is my favorite season. If you watch my previous video, that a lot of good news will be flowing this December. I have got another fantastic news for you. So if you're overseas and you have been thinking of coming to the UK as a teacher, a great door has been opened for you. I used to get a lot of messages from my beautiful subscribers, my beautiful viewers who are teachers, asking me of jobs that can sponsor them as teachers to the UK. And you know what? If you're coming to the UK as a teacher, there are some certifications you will need to do that will allow you to work in the UK as a teacher. But now the UK government has seen that a lot of teachers are resigning from their positions and they don't have enough teachers like they used to have. Remember that the next migration is now high and a lot of people are migrating from overseas, making the schools already in the UK crowded, which is why the UK government now is looking for a way to bring a lot of overseas teachers to the UK to practice. If you're a teacher or you know anybody who is a teacher that has been looking for a way to migrate to the UK, do share this video with them. I need to share my screen with you to show you what you need for you to be qualified to teach in the UK. And as you can see, this was recently updated on the 1st of December 2022, which says teach in England if you are qualified outside of the UK. And this applies to, you can teach in England, you can teach in Northern Ireland, you can teach in Wales, and also you can teach in Scotland, but you need to follow the process. So just as you can see on my screen, work as a teacher in England if you qualified outside the UK. The guidelines is for non-UK citizens who qualified as teachers outside the United Kingdom. So in order for you to teach in England, you will need the correct visa status, which is you may need a skilled worker visa, or if you're a dependent, or if you're married to a citizen, you will need one of those visas for you to be able to teach in the UK. So teaching skills and experience you can demonstrate to an employer. You need to have a teaching skills and experience you can demonstrate to an employer. So you need to pass the criminal and professional safeguarding checks. This will be organized by your employer. So for you to be able to teach in England or in the UK, you need to pass the criminal check. It is also very helpful for you to have a teaching qualification. This can be from your own or another non-UK country. You will also need to have English qualified teacher status, which is the QTS. So the QTS allows you to teach in the UK. Applying for qualified teacher status, which is the QTS, teachers who qualified outside the UK can work in English schools for up to 4 years without the QTS. However, obtaining QTS will make it easier for you to find work and develop your career as a teacher. So if you want to grow faster, it will be advisable for you to have the QTS, which is the qualified teacher status. We are going to go down to that because the government has made it very easy now for people overseas to be able to apply for it. This is because in all English schools, QTS is used to assess the quality of candidates for teaching jobs. So this is an assessment that is basically, it's like if you want to practice in the UK as a doctor, you will need to do the exams and all of that, but this is an assessment that will enable teachers to be able to practice in the UK. So right now, the UK government has made it in a way that more teachers from overseas can qualify for this QTS. That is adding more countries to the current countries that can go through that process. So I'm also going to be sharing my screen with you. So if you're a teacher, start getting ready for this process, because it's going to kick off on the 1st of February 2023, which was why I mentioned in my video that you have to be prepared, because a lot of openings will come up, and I would definitely share with you. Apply for qualified teacher status in England. That's if you're qualified outside of United Kingdom. A new professional recognition service called Apply for Qualified Teacher Status in England will set consistent standards, so the qualifications and experience of overseas teachers can be fairly assessed. So this is a great news for a lot of teachers that have been asking me to share opportunities for teachers. And also in this video, I'm going to leave some links as well, which you can use to start looking for jobs while you're getting everything you need to get ready. Just as you can see on my screen, currently the countries you are seeing on my screen are the countries that are eligible to apply for this particular QTS, which is the qualified teacher status that the government has set for overseas teachers to come to the UK to practice. So as you can see on my screen, currently applicants with a teaching qualification from the following countries and region can apply to TROA for QTS. I'm also going to leave all these links in the description box below, so you can go through it and start getting your documents ready. So from what it says, these countries in front of me are the ones that are currently allowed to apply for this particular QTS to be able to teach in the UK as teachers. But I've got a great news for you, just as you can see on my screen as well, that from the 1st of February 2023, teachers with teaching qualifications from the following 9 countries will also be able to apply to TROA for QTS. So excited about this, because as you can see, Ghana is there, a lot of Commonwealth countries, and Ukraine is also on the list. As you can see, Ghana, Hong Kong, India, Jamaica, Nigeria. I'm sure my Nigerian teachers are very excited now, because I've got a lot of them in my inbox asking me. So this is a good news for you. Start getting all your documents ready. So from the 1st of February 2023, you can start the process. So as you can see, Singapore, South Africa, Ukraine, and Zimbabwe. So this 9 countries have been added to the current countries, as you can see on my screen, to be able to apply for the QTS so that they can be qualified to work in the UK as teachers. The above countries have been selected for their initial launch because our research shows teachers from these countries already have a substantial presence in the UK as value members of the teaching workforce, and there is an established interest in teaching in England in this country, strong educational ties with the country in question. So as you can see that these countries have established this fact, which is why they have been added to this. It's a great news which I think I have to share with you. As promised, that each time I get any good news that will help my beautiful viewers, I'll definitely come and share with you. So I'm just going to go down to the eligibility so you can start getting your documents ready. You need to be qualified to apply for the QTS. Certifications: non-UK teachers will need to be eligible for QTS from 1st of February 2023. So apply for QTS in England will award overseas teachers QTS based on an assessment of each individual's qualifications and experience against set requirements. Once fully launched, it will be open to qualified teachers from every country in the world. So right now, this is not launched. It's going to be launched on the 1st of February. So get ready with every document I'm going to be mentioning in this video. So as you can see, from the 1st of February 2023, to be awarded QTS as a non-UK teacher, you must have an undergraduate degree of the same academic standard as a UK bachelor's degree, as verified by the UK ENIC. So the UK ENIC, they also verify. If you remember, I have mentioned about if you have a BSc and you want to obtain your English proficiency, you can go through ETIS. So now ENIC is also like ETIS. They are the ones to verify your certificates, your qualifications, to see that it meets with the UK standard in order for you to be able to go through the QTS, for you to be qualified to work in the UK as a teacher. You must have completed teacher training that meets the standard of a level 6 qualification and is of at least the same length as an English initial teacher training course. So this you must have completed in your country. But the UK ENIC will be the one to go through your credentials, go through all your qualification and see if you are qualified for this position. Be qualified to teach children aged between 5 and 16 years. So which means that you can teach children from primary to secondary school, have at least 1 school year, a minimum of 9 months, including school holidays, but excluding time out taken for any other reason, of professional experience working as a teacher after qualifying. Then the next one, have the professional status needed to be a teacher in a country where you qualified and not be subject to any conditions or restriction on your practice. You must also meet a certain standard of English language proficiency. This means you must be able to show one of the following you have. Remember in my previous video, if you watched my video I uploaded before this, I mentioned in that video that one of the things you need to have at all time is your IELTS or your ethics or your NARIC if you're coming to the UK to study, to work, or to do anything, because that is always required when you want to apply for your visa. And just as you can see on my screen, you must also meet a certain standard of English language proficiency. This means you must be able to show one of the following. I'm going to leave the link in the description box so you can go through it, but the IELTS score required for this particular visa is 5.5. So if you have not done your IELTS, this is the best time for you to register for it and start preparing, as mentioned in my previous video. So just as you can see, you can use any of them is accepted. Then for now, they've said mathematics and science qualification. In future, we intend to ask overseas teachers applying for QTS for evidence that they hold a mathematics qualification, which means the same standard as GCSE grade 4, science qualification, which meets the same standard as GCSE grade 4 for teaching primary school. So you have to be prepared. If you hold any of these, just start getting ready now. However, we know from research that applicants find it difficult to provide this evidence. So for this reason, we will introduce this criteria later at the end of 2023. This will allow us to learn how best to support applicants to meet them. So they are actually going to do a review on this and know the best way on how to support anyone who wants to apply for this. Just start getting all your documents ready. If you're a teacher or if you know any teacher, forward this video to them and ask them to go through it. I'm definitely going to leave all the link because they've got a lot of information here that I may not be able to share in this video because it's going to be too long. So what I will do, I will just leave all the links mentioned in this video in the description box, and also a link you can also use to start searching for jobs in the UK. So at the moment, the QTS website is not launched for the new countries that have been added to use. So it's going to be launched from the 1st of February 2023, which is why you have to get ready. In order for you to come to the UK as a teacher in 2023, you will need to apply for the skilled worker visa, which I'm also going to share on my screen how much you need to earn for you to be able to apply for this visa as a teacher from overseas. So as you can see on my screen, to apply for a skilled worker visa, if you have a job offer from a school that is a licensed home office sponsor. Remember I shared the list before. I'm going to still leave the link to the licensed sponsored schools that you can start checking out right now before we get to February 2023. You can speak, read, write and understand English, which is your English proficiency. If you've got it in IELTS, you must score a minimum of 5.5. This is higher than the other ones. Try as much as you know you can to score high when you go for your IELTS exams. So your salary meets the required for a skilled worker visa. So salary requirement for a skilled worker visa, the salary threshold you must meet depends on whether you have qualified teacher status, which is the QTS. Like I mentioned that the QTS, if you have it, your pay is going to be high. You're going to start on a high pay compared to those that do not have it, which is why it's important that you go for it. So you're going to start on a very good pay as a teacher in the UK. This table shows the minimum salary non-UK teachers must earn to be eligible for a skilled worker visa by region and status. So QTS and not QTS. So as you can see on my screen, they've got inner London, outer London, London Fringe, rest of London. So if you have the QTS and you get a job in inner London, you should earn £34,502 per annum. And if you don't have the QTS, which is why it's important that you have it, you should earn about 24,254 inside London. You can see the difference is about 10,000 pounds. Then outer London, you should earn 32,407 pounds. Still outer London, if you don't have a QTS, you should earn 22,924 pounds per year. And London Fringe, you should earn 29,344 pounds per year. Then if you don't have a QTS, you should earn 20,594 per year. Then rest of England, you should earn 28,000 pounds per year. And if you don't have it, you should earn 20,480 pounds per year. And if you look at the 20,480 pounds per year, this is what you should earn as a carer for you to be able to come to the UK and work on the care worker visa. And you can see that it is also similar with coming to the UK as a teacher to work. So my advice is try and make sure that you register for the QTS once it's launched. I'm also going to leave the link and I will keep my eye on it. Once it's announced that it's launched, then I will definitely share a video with you so you can do the registration and follow the process so you can get that QTS for you to be able to come to the UK and work as a teacher. I know a lot of teachers will be wondering, how am I going to be speaking to my pupils? Will I have a British accent? Will I have a Nigeria or Ghanaian accent or Zimbabwe? Don't worry about the accent. The accent will definitely come. So just do what you can. I think all the UK needs from you is for you to be clear, for your students to be able to listen and understand what you're talking about. You don't really need to form the accent. Over time, you will find yourself speaking like one of them. I remember like today I was in the office, I was talking to somebody and it was like, I just watched your YouTube video. The accent you've got on your YouTube video is quite different from the accent you have right now as we are talking. So, like I said, when you start mixing up with a lot of British people or the people that have got accents, British accents, you will definitely get there. It's not like it's a must that you must have it, but at some point you find yourself even talking more like a British person. So don't be shy. I'm sure you can do it. I've seen a lot of black teachers in school. Don't worry about the accent, the whatever. Just make sure that you know what to do. Your notes, your curriculum, you know what you're teaching. That's all you just need to do. So I hope this video and this news is a good news for you. Like I said, once it's launched, this is going to be launched on the 1st of February 2023. And once it's launched, I will definitely come and share every other information you will need to know and proceed. But earlier mentioned, I will leave a list in the description box below of the licensed sponsored schools which you can start looking out for. So guys, we've actually come to the end of this video and I hope you find it helpful. And if you don't find it helpful, do give it a thumbs up, like and share this video with your family and friends. You don't know who is going to help. And like I said, I'll definitely come back and give you more updates about this process. This was just recently announced and I believe that other updates will come after this one, which I'll be sharing with you. So stay tuned to my channel and thank you for watching. See you right in my next video. Bye bye for now.